Jim, first off, tell everybody, and just look right here, what you're doing, what this project is.
This video is a short thriller anthology in which every story is a different story each time with new characters and a new situation.
And how is this kind of filmmaking different from what you do, let's just call it your day job?
What's interesting about telling stories in the digital space is it feels freer for experimentation, for ideas that normally I might think of and put aside and not bother with. But the feeling of exploration, of discovery, of trying completely different paradigms of thought is really exciting.
I mean, when you're clearly, you're known for what is considered one of the classic American movies and one of the truly American movies. And this is now this next step in the evolution of content. Talk about how you're bringing people from your studio world and people from the digital world together.
I think the kind of people who, for instance, watched or still watch Fight Club are many of the same audience that go to the internet to watch content. And I feel like I'm a good fit with the internet because of, as I was saying, exploration, because of discovery, because of trying really new things and seeing things that I haven't seen before and trying things that I haven't tried before.
That's great. So what is trying new things? What is pressing yourself or stretching yourself in the digital space look like to you? What is it? How is that manifesting itself?
Well, I'm one of the executive producers of this particular show, and I'd like the whole thing to turn into really a channel where hot young digital filmmakers can get involved, and writers who are as strange and interesting as I am can also get involved, and a lot of things can be created that are very unusual, and that's what interests me.
That's great. And you are known for kind of smashing worlds together. You've got this sort of traditional dramatic thing about a guy trying to find out his way out of an ordinary life in Fight Club, but then you've got this whole other world behind it that is really kind of mind-bending, and you've brought some of that element in here where there's this sort of traditional classic filmmaking combined with this otherworldly mind-bending. The world we don't see on our everyday basis is the thing that you're pulling the tarp back on. Can you explain kind of how that plays out in this series?
This series is a chance for a mix of people, some relatively new, some coming straight over from the world of established film and television, mixing together and creating content that is unusual for everyone. Everything everyone is doing, the writers, the directors, the actors, are part of an experiment and a process of discovery. And I think that it's a very exciting change that's come over what people watch. And I'd like to see how much that could be pushed to whatever limits are possible.
Why will audiences love these short thrillers? Explain the whole short thriller thing, right? And why will they love it?
I think the appeal of a short thriller is that, first of all, it's not the same time commitment as watching a full-length feature film, but also with each story being different and each story having a very, very compressed sense of time and tension and suspense being built into a very short amount of time, that they can have an extreme yet brief experience, and it can be as full as anything they experience while watching a longer piece.
Maybe what advice do you have for those young, filmmakers who want to maybe write their own and produce their own web series, and might have, no understanding or might have limited understanding of what to do next? What do you say to them?
I mean, what I would say to young web series producers is, this is a time in which audiences can be reached that previously couldn't be reached this way. It's like the Wild West. It's very open to finding different niches that appeal to different types of audiences, with all kinds of material. And everybody can have access to cameras and make whatever's they're fantasizing about and find an audience for it now in a way that audiences simply couldn't be found before. So with such a wide cast of potential audience, a filmmaker doesn't need to even live in LA. A filmmaker can take a camera and shoot something very interesting anywhere they are. And the World Wide Web is an enormous place to play in and find both your own style and a style that a lot of people will want to watch. I'm really excited to be here. I'm very passionate to be part of digital filmmaking because it comes together very quickly and in a good way. Ideas spark faster. The production happens faster. And then, if you want to call it distribution or exhibition of it on the web, also happens very quickly. So it's a way of really keeping the engine alive of creating and then having that creativity seen. So you can, no matter where you are, no matter who you know, you can go out there and make your stories. And you can have them seen. And that's a very, very exciting thing about the times we live in now. So I would highly encourage everyone to make the stories you want to make and have them seen.